All right, everyone. Happy Friday. Let's keep this as a Friday today, people. Let's not try to turn this into an unhappy Monday. You are in the 187 District Court. These are the rules of the courtroom. You are in a courtroom. Anything that you could not do if you were in the courtroom, you can't do on this Zoom screen. And Mr. Paul Eisenberg, we do not want to be a witness to an accident. So please do not drive in Zoom. I know you're probably heading somewhere, but don't want an accident happen. All right, as I said, you're in a courtroom. Anything you could not do if you were physically in the courtroom, you cannot do on this Zoom screen. To all the inmates, you're not allowed to use the chat box. You're not allowed to use the internet. If you do any of those things, what will end up happening is you will be sent back to your cell or your pod, and we will probably see you in 60 to 90 days. If you are at your home or at your work, you need to let your employer know that you need to take a break and you need to find a stationary, quiet place, and we will take up your matter. There's to be no laying in bed, no doing of laundry, no doing of chores, no doing of shopping, no wearing of hats, caps. If you do any of these things, there will be no questions asked. You will be required to appear in the 187 District Court. The court is located at 300 De La Rosa. It's on the 4th floor. You're going to either have to get an Uber or a Lyft. If you take the bus, you're going to find that the bus still does not give change. And what ends up happening is when you most need change, you don't have it. So if you pay $20 for that bus ride, that's going to be $20 for that bus ride. If you decide to drive downtown, you're going to find what I found this morning. For some reason, they're doing construction at 8, 9 a.m. in morning traffic. And if you are able to find a place to park, you're going to find that parking is now expensive. To all the attorneys, it would make things move much faster if you would add to your name the name of your client and whether or not it's criminal trial division or family violence. I'm going to open the breakout rooms. When I open the breakout rooms, it will invite everyone to go to a breakout room. Please do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless you're specifically called by name and assigned to a breakout room. To the attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, no matter how small you think that agreement is, it needs to be sent in the chat box to the court coordinator. She's listed as Ferguson coordinator on the screen. She will need to know whether or not it is deferred adjudication or regular probation. If it's a motion to revoke, she needs to know whether or not it's revocation or not so she can get the appropriate paperwork to you. If your client is on bond, she will need your client's email address, and so will the state. To all the defendants and those accused, your attorney's name will be called. Your name will not be called. If you do not hear your attorney's name, it is because your attorney is Zooming in another courtroom or had to appear in person in another courtroom. So be patient with that. To the attorneys, I'm going to be signing you to breakout rooms. Defendants and those who are accused, your attorney is probably going to want to speak to the state before they speak to you. So please do not request to go to the breakout room. However, please pay attention on your screen when someone is physically requesting you to go to the breakout room. To the attorneys, Think of those breakout rooms when you go to the doctor's office. You get to the doctor's office, they tell you your appointment is at 9, you're there at 8:30. They call you back right at 9. You're excited because you think you're going to be seen. They send you to a little room and they check your weight and your blood pressure. Those what those rooms are. So this is what you need to realize. The prosecutors have the ability to move in and out the breakout rooms. If you leave that breakout room, it's going to show that that breakout room is empty, and they're going to skip right over you and go to the next person. So let's not do that. Put some patience in your pocket. It's going to be a great Friday. To all the defendants who are at home, your screen is not allowed to go dark. Maria, the only time your screen is allowed to go dark is if you're on a phone and if you're signing paperwork. If your screen goes dark, then that means that you're going to have to appear in the 187 District Court, and your Friday is going to turn into a Monday. Attorneys, when you speak with your clients, if they're in custody, please do not tell them they are released. No one is released until I release them. If you release them prematurely, it's going to be difficult to have them come back. All right, everyone, let's have a fantastic Friday. The sun is shining. It's not too hot, not too cold. It is absolutely beautiful. This is the order in which the attorneys will appear. Kelly Piddle, Marissa Morales, Melissa Christian, who is not wearing her pin today. So I don't know if okay, I see it now. I recognize you now. Orlando Castagnon, Scott McCrum, someone from Del Cuerto and Ramos' office, Sean Hendrickson, Arieli Bustamante, Armando Martinez, James Otadors, Miguel Hernandez, Donald Wilson. Am I missing any attorneys on the screen? Oh, Paul Eisenberg. Anyone else that I'm missing on the screen? All right, let's start the day. Kelly Piddle, where are you?
I'm right here, Judge. Rudy Rodriguez, CTD.
Thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you.
Marissa Morales, you're back here on Mr. Foster, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. I'd like to confer with my client, Larry Foster, when you have a moment.
Okay. All right, Mr. Foster is not on the screen yet. Ms. Ferguson, if you can find out an ETA for Larry Foster and send it in the chat box to Ms. Morales.
Yes, sir.
Melissa Christian, thank you so much for changing your name. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you, Judge.
Orlando Castagnon, thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 5.
Thank you, Judge.
Scott McCrum, thank you for changing your name. I'm going to send you to number 6. Del Cuerto, Ramos and Del Cuerto.
Good morning, Judge. It's Taylor from our office here. Our client Carlos is on the Zoom, and we also have Jonah Rodriguez. He's in jail and he's on the Zoom too. They're both CTD.
Okay, I'm going to send you to number 7. Sean Hendrickson, thank you for changing your, you're pro tem.
I've got a pro tem, Judge. It's Colin Ashworth, and I don't see him on right now.
All right, Colin Ashworth, is that the defendant?
No, Chris Gonzalez is the defendant. Colin Ashworth is the pro tem. My client is on right now.
All right,
I'm
Ms.
supposed to be in a
Ferguson.
breakout room, Marissa.
All right, just one moment, Mr. Foster. I haven't assigned you there yet. We were waiting for you. I'm going to send you to number 8, Mr. Foster.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me just find you. And Marissa, if you would go to 8, please. Marissa.
Yes, Your Honor.
Morales,
Thanks.
yes. All right, can you put in the chat box, Mr. Hendrickson, who you're waiting for? And Ms. Ferguson, send it to Ms. Ferguson, please. Arieli Bustamante.
Hello?
Arieli
Yes.
Bustamante.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm sending you to number 9.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Armando Martinez.
Good morning, Judge. Just wanted to let you know that my client has been accepted in the pretrial diversion program, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Freitas Cabrera, could I get a date for pretrial diversion? And if you can see what is happening with that. So just one moment, we will be right back with you.
Yes, Judge. Thank you.
James Oldestor, who is your client?
Marvin Schultz, he's a prisoner.
Criminal Trial Division of Family Violence.
Oh, I'm sorry, trial division. So I probably need to start with the state judge, actually, if they're,
I'm sending you to number 10.
okay, thank you.
Miguel Hernandez.
Good morning, Your Honor. I have an MTR for a Valentina Leja, I believe it is.
Yes. Is that Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
I don't know, Judge. All I got was the setting. I never received the appointment, so I'm not sure.
I think it's CTG.
That's correct, Judge.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 11.
Thank you, Your Honor. Oh, I thought Valentina is Valentina. There he is. Mr. Leja?
Yes, sir.
I sent myself to 11. I was just checking it out, Miguel, to make sure it was clean before you went in there.
Oh, thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Okay, I'll send you to 11.
Thank you.
Donald Wilson.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
This is just a recall on Hillary Aliman that we had yesterday. We pled it out in 4 and we're waiting on a dismissal from Brittany at this point.
All right, so has the plea been completed?
Yes, it has.
All right, if you can just give me a moment, let me see if I have the dismissal. Just 1 second.
I chatted with Brittany. She says she's preparing it right now.
Let me see, just 1 second. All right, she did. The dismissal has been signed. You are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you, you too. All right, Paul Eisenberg.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
All right, great. Who do you have?
Young Mr. Brian Fernez Perez.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
It's a criminal trial probation violation, a PV.
Okay. All right, I hope things are still going well at Baylor.
Things are going fantastic, Judge. Couldn't be better. I just took off my Baylor scarf now that I'm no longer in the car and no longer a danger to society.
Okay.
So I've just got a message that I should join
Number
breakout
12.
room 12.
Yes.
All right. I'm headed
Thank
that
you.
way. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. David McClain.
Good morning. Good morning, Judge. This is, I think, Criminal Trial Division. This is a post-conviction writ on Jose Cavazos.
Yes, it is. Who are the attorneys on this? Is this Matt Howard and
This
Lawrence?
is Matt. Yeah, Matt and I have been working together on this pretty well. I saw something in an email that there were some other attorneys on this maybe as well.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you all to breakout room number 13 so you guys can talk in there and then give me an update.
Sounds good. Lucky 13.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
Yes, lucky 13. And if Ms. Paulison and Ms. Patterson, if you all can go to 13 as well, please. And Ms. Ferguson. If you could go to breakout room number, she's in breakout room number 1. Just one moment, everyone. Mr. Martinez, I see you in the courtroom. Just give me one moment, please. Lauren Zamora, I made you a co-host. Who is requesting to go to breakout room number 13? I thought everyone has been sent.
Judge Boyd, that might be me. Is that is breakout? I'm sorry, Judge. This is Hank Wilkins with the Bear County DA's office. I was is 13 where Matt Howard and Lauren Zamora
Yes.
are? Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Could I be sent there as well?
Yes, I've made you a co-host. You can go there now.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Derek Edmonds, I see your hand is up. Everyone, just give me 1 second, please.
Good morning, Judge. I just logged in. I have Nathaniel Book.
All right, just 1 second.
Thank you.
All right, Ray Martinez.
There
you go.
Okay, yes, Your Honor.
Yes, who are you here for?
Vernon Durez, Judge, it's a clarification of probation conditions. He asked us to put it on the docket today.
Yes, just give me 1 moment and we will take care of that. All right, and then Derek Edmonds, you have Nathaniel Book. Is it criminal trial division or family violence?
CTD, Judge. I just changed the name on it.
Thank you. I'm going to send you to number 14.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure. Alberto Acevedo.
Yes, Your Honor. It's Jeremiah Johnson, CTD.
All right, I'm going to send you to number 15. All right, Mr. Armando Martinez. Ms. Ferguson is just getting a reset date. I'm going to send you to a breakout room with her. She's in breakout room number 1. Just be a little patient because she's bouncing it around a little bit, and she will be able to check to see if everything is in order, and then we'll give you a new court date. All right, then, just 1 moment. Rebecca, on Raymond Martinez's client, is probation here?
No, not yet. Not on that case.
Okay.
I'll send them a request.
All right, because I want to make sure that there are no issues, Mr. Martinez.
Okay.
So we're just waiting for probation to come in, the actual probation officer who's supervising that case.
And
I don't want to say actual probation officer because Rebecca is a probation officer extraordinaire, but the person who's actually supervising him, I want them in here so there'll be no mistakes.
Understood, Judge, but just so the court's aware, they did make him leave his home. And so he's been staying at the shelter for a couple of days, and that's been really.
All right, that's why we're gonna make sure we have things done appropriately and that they know. Is there any other attorney who needs to speak with the court? And mind you, I already have Taylor Wood, Melissa Christian, and Kelly Piddle here. Is there any other attorney who is back? All right, Melissa Christian, we'll start with you on Mario Guerra.
Good morning, Judge. Yes, I sent the court a chat. I don't know if you were able to get that, but Mr. Guerra, we have already conferred with Ms. Hayden. She has made us an offer. Mr. Guerra would request a jury trial, but in addition, Judge, if I very briefly can just mention, he has been trying to get a job and you asked for the specifics of that. he needs permission to go to a physical location on Monday in order to fill out formal paperwork. The job is going to be from his home, so he will not have any issues being around anybody that the court does not want him around. So we just need permission to be able to travel on Monday to the physical location. And I have forwarded a letter to both Ms. Hayden and to Norma to forward to you that has all the specifics.
All right, Ms. Hayden, is there any objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Christian, I'm going to put my email address in the chat box, and if you can include Ms. Hayden in that email, and if you will send me an agreed order that says agreed order, and I will sign that today.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And let me see and I'm just waiting for Ms. Ferguson, and when she comes back, we'll give you your date. Have you received all the discovery?
I believe I have, Judge. Yes, Ms. Hayden's been excellent about that.
All right, so just give us a moment and we'll get a date on that. Kelly Pittle on Rudy Rodriguez.
Yes, Judge. Ryan alerted me that this case is actually in the 144th. So
you know what? People always want to be here. You're welcome to come in at any time.
I appreciate that, Judge. Can I actually go to the breakout room with Brenna real quick? I just had a question for her. Is that possible?
Yes. Brenna, are you available to go to breakout room number 2 with Kelly Pittle?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Taylor Wood.
Yes, Judge. We had 2 people on the docket today. Carlos Landon, we're still waiting on discovery. Mr. Garcia said they'll be uploading it shortly.
All right, and you have Jay Rodriguez?
And Jonah Rodriguez, an inmate.
All right, let's start off with Carlos Landon. Who is the prosecutor on that?
It was Meredith Marcus, and today we conferred with Joe Ray Garcia.
All right, let me see if Joe Ray Garcia is here, or if he's in a breakout room. What is being uploaded? What is missing?
We don't have any dash cams, and it doesn't appear that we have 2 body cams.
All right, just give me a moment. Let me see if Mr. Joe Ray is coming out of that breakout room, okay? Armando Martinez.
Judge, I am here, Judge. Good morning again. The case was reset to March 11th. They advised me that you should have the message in the chat.
Okay. Yes. All right, then you and your client are excused. I know your client, I have on here that he's a Spanish speaker. Does he only have one case?
He does, Judge, and I've already sent them a message and I've spoken to him.
All right, thank you. So I'm going to remove him from the Zoom hearing then, okay?
Yes, Judge. May we be excused then?
Yes, thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Let me see where he is. There he is.
Excuse me, Judge.
Yes.
Officer Lozano was on the way to come in.
All right, thank you. I think I just put her in. Ms. Ferguson, on Carlos Landon, I'm sorry, not Carlos Landon, Mario Guerrera. I need a jury trial date in the chat box, please. Brenna, we are going to go to the record briefly. Court is calling 2021 CR 1198, State of Texas versus Mario Guerrera for the defense.
Melissa Christian, Your Honor.
And are you Carlos Landon? Could you unmute for me, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge. You said Mario Guerra. I thought you were calling.
Yes, I'm sorry. You're right.
Okay.
All right. State of Texas versus Mario Guerra. Mr. Guerra, could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And Brent, I should probably recall that to make sure it's done correctly. It's cause number 2021 CR 1198, State of Texas versus Mario Guerra. For defense, we have Melissa Christian, correct?
Correct.
And for, are you Mario Guerra?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Guerra, do you have any objections with us proceeding by video?
No, ma'am.
All right, defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
I believe so, Judge.
Was an offer tendered?
It was, Your Honor.
Mr. Guerra, are you rejecting that offer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your jury trial date is going to be April 5th. Ms. Christian, do you have any objections to April 5th as a jury trial date?
If the court could give me one small second, I will let the court know. I have no objections, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Guerra, do you have any objections to April 5th as a jury trial date?
No, ma'am.
All right, your jury trial date is April 5th because as you know, and your counsel knows, juries have been suspended. If juries are not suspended on April 5th, you'll need to appear in the 187th District Court at 9 a.m. dressed for trial. It's located on the 4th floor. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, when is your trial date?
April 5th,
At what time?
9 a.m.
And which court?
The 180th.
87th.
87th. I do this so that people can remember. So 187 District Court, 9 a.m., April 5th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And if for any reason juries are suspended, your counsel will be notified, in which case you'll need to appear on Zoom instead of in person. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. If there's nothing else, Ms. Christian,
Judge, could I be placed in a breakout room with Mr. Guerra, please, before we go?
yes, and you all can be excused from there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Judge Boyd.
You're welcome. Have a great rest of your day. I'm going to send you all to breakout room number 1.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Carlos Landon, who is the prosecutor? That's Joe Ray Garcia.
Yes, Judge. And I'm here now. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Joe Ray, on this case, the defense said that discovery is still being uploaded. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge, that's right.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset in the chat box on Landon for discovery? All right, on that case, we are going to come back on March 11th for discovery.
Thank
All
you.
right, if there's nothing else with Mr. Landon, he's excused.
Thank you.
Taylor, can you please stay for just a second?
Yes, we have one more.
All right, and then on Jay Rodriguez, who is the prosecutor you're conferring with on that? And do you need to speak with Mr. Rodriguez?
This is just a drug court update, Judge. He was referred to drug court. He was accepted.
Okay.
But he couldn't start. He was supposed to start this week, actually, but he's in quarantine at the jail.
Okay. So, Mr. Rodriguez, as soon as that's done, then you will be headed to felony drug court. And what will end up happening is felony drug court will actually give you your conditions. So you should only be contacting me when you graduate and you want me to come to your graduation. You understand? I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I want you to be the top graduate. I know it's wrong, but I want the people that come from the 187th to be the best that they can be, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'll try to do that.
So you're gonna graduate top of the class over there.
Yes, Ms. Boyd.
Okay. All right, good luck to you.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, Norma, Jay Rodriguez can go back L16. And Norma, for Jay Rodriguez, could we just put a phantom date on the system to make sure that he is taken care of? I'm sure felony drug court is keeping up with him, but I just want to make sure. And so when do you want to do that, Ms. Ferguson? All right, so we're going to put March 4th, but if he's accepted into drug court, then you won't need to appear and he won't appear.
Sounds good, Judge. I'll just
Well, I
wait.
mean, transferred.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'll just wait to see. Norma might have needed something from me, I guess.
All right, thank you. Norma, if you want to request for her to go to a breakout room, you can. Robert Maurer, I'm sending you to number 15.
Thank you, Judge.
Mike Sawyer, who do you have?
Good morning, Your Honor. Am I muted or live?
No, you are live.
Good. I have Lori Ruiz, R-U-I-Z this morning, Your Honor.
Or Stelzig.
Or she may be under Lori Stelzig, same individual.
And I'm the prosecutor on that case, Your Honor.
Okay, and I'm misspelling the name. How do you spell the last name? Stilzik?
Steliz.
Okay. I'm
That's
going to
Z-I-G.
send you. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. I think we all know who we're talking about.
Right. Your Honor, we have conferred with the state yesterday on this case and narrowed down the issues. I will meet with the DA probably Tuesday morning. He's going to give me all the suspect contract papers with the so-called forged signatures. And then I'm going to submit them for handwriting analysis.
All right, who is the prosecutor on this?
That's me, Your Honor, Richard Guetta.
Richard Guetta.
All right.
And state's been very cooperative, Your Honor. It supplied me with everything.
All right. So when is that going to take place?
I'll sit down and meet with the DA on Tuesday, and as soon as I get what I want to look at narrowed down, I'm going to submit it for a handwriting analysis.
All right, so you said her name is under Stilzik, and what other name does she's under?
Ruiz, R-U-I-Z. And she should be logged in, Your Honor. I just spoke to her a while ago.
Oh, yes, she's here. Mr. Guerra, how many cases does she have indicted? Is it just one?
Yes, Your Honor, just one case.
Has all the discovery been uploaded, though?
It has, Your Honor. It has been uploaded for quite a while.
A whole stack of it, Your Honor.
Okay. So just one moment, and I'm going to give you a date. Miss Ferguson, can I have a date for us to come back on Ms. Stilzik? The defense is stating that they need to give some more information to the defense. Can we put this sometime in February, please? And Kenneth Baker, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Judge.
And
right,
Judge, we had filed a motion of continuance in this matter.
Yes, we're going to come back on February 28th.
28th, that'll be great, Your Honor. And meanwhile, I'll be working with the state in between, okay?
All right, thank you. Tell your brother I said hi. I hope he's doing well.
And Judge, have a good weekend.
All right, thank you. You too.
Richard, have a
Thank you,
good
Your
day.
Honor. It's good talking to you, Mr. Sawyer. I'll see you soon, okay?
We sure will. Have a good one.
Goodbye, Your
All
Honor.
right, bye-bye. Thank you.
Yes, I know Marcus.
All right, who are the prosecutors on the case with Raymond Martinez?
Okay, Judge, it was family violence. David Martin handled it way back when, but obviously he's not here anymore. But
All right, who is the CLO?
The officer is Mr. Lozano.
Esteban Lozano?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just one moment. Alberto Acevedo on Jeremiah Johnson.
Yes, Your Honor, I conferred with Brittany. She requested some discovery from me to get confirmation whether they have it or not. So if I can get a reset on this one.
Where's Jeremiah Johnson?
I don't know, Judge. I was looking for him. I gave him a call right now.
Yeah,
She said
I'll give him till 10:30.
Okay. I will reach out, double check, see where he's at.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Lozano and Mr. Martinez. What is your client's name, Mr. Martinez?
Vernon Durez, Judge.
All right, if I could see you all in breakout room number 1, and Ms. Reyes, if you could come to number 1 with me, please.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
to the courtroom, if you could come to number 1.
Judge, do you want a prosecutor in there?
Yes, please. And let me find everyone else. Esteban. And Brenna, if you could come to number 1 with us.
Yes, ma'am.
We may need you, maybe not, but you're always welcome.
Michelle, are you a host? Oh, or
Robert, did you need to be moved somewhere?
yes, can you put me in with DeAnthony Dixon, please?
Yes.
All right, everyone, thanks for your patience.
I'm back, Judge Jim Oldersdorf.
Okay, just give me a second. I'm going through my thing. All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Sean Hendrickson and Chris Gonzalez, what is happening? You said that was dismissed?
No, Judge, that was the wrong defendant.
Okay, so what is happening with Chris Gonzalez and who is the pro tem?
Judge, the pro tem is Colin Ashworth. And I guess we're still waiting on him. It seems like I'm not sure whether or not he got notice.
All right, just give me one moment, okay? James Oldersdorf.
Yeah,
Schultz.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I've conferred with Marcus Sanders, and we don't have a resolution, obviously, and probably need to visit with Mr. Marvin Schultz. He would be the defendant if he's available, and if he's not right now, I didn't see him on the screen, then I can go to another Zoom and come back or whatever you prefer.
All right, he is not here. Is there Marvin Schultz here?
He is in custody, Your Honor.
All right, let me see.
I mean,
Ms.
I
Ferguson,
assume, yeah, I assume he is.
Ms. Ferguson, can you see what the ETA is on Marvin Schultz, please? Just give us a moment.
Sure.
Scott McCrum.
Yes, Judge. Conferred with Michael Villarreal. We've got a new offer. I would like a reasonable amount of time for him to consider that and meet with family, if you'll allow that.
Do you have all the discovery?
Yes.
Norma, on Zachary Prince, can you reset this for mid-February, please? Around the 14th. All right, we're going to come back on February 17th. Mr. Zachary Prince, that is your plea deadline date. The court will not extend plea deadline dates any further. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Mr. McCrum. If you have nothing else with us, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Robert Maurer.
Judge, this is, I was talking to Ryan on my motion to return property that was previously granted. I'm going to send him a copy of my motion, and he's going to contact Jim Kopp to see why SCPD will not turn over the property. So if you'll just drop this setting, once I talk to Ryan, I will, if necessary, request another hearing. And if we get it resolved off docket, I won't worry about it.
Okay, all right. And is it only one case?
That's it. Yes, ma'am. That's all I have.
All right, and you have your motion to terminate early. You want that dropped?
No, actually, I talked to probation. I think probation's in agreement. They would like him terminated as well. The court's willing to look at it.
All right, did you discuss it with the state? And just so everyone knows, I know that it's a contract with the court, but I always like people to confer with the state. Do you want to confer with the state now or later?
Well, Ryan was in the Zoom when I was talking to probation. I mean, I guess you could ask him if he has any objections. Probation and defense are in agreement.
Judge, I would object just based on the nature of Mr. Dixon's crimes. He had a number of crimes when this happened that were TIC'd into this offense. I believe my understanding from talking to Ms. Reyes is that he had previously submitted a motion to terminate early, and you told him to resubmit in the summer, in June of 2022. We just believe at this point it's premature based on the nature of the case to terminate him at this time. In addition, he had a federal supervision case that has been that was concurrent with this that I think has now been completed.
And Judge, it's my understanding that was not, it wasn't you that said refile in June. That was probation saying they were going to refile in June.
Okay.
That was Judge's note on the file.
Yeah. So what I end up doing, Mr. Maurer, when probation does, well, when this defense asks for early termination, I always ask probation to send me something. When they send it to me, I'll put a notation to them, but not on my docketing sheet, but a notation to them when they send it back. So Mr. Dixon, if you come back in June and if you're still doing well, the court will strongly consider terminating your deferred adjudication early, okay?
Okay.
All right. So just continue doing what you're doing and the court will strongly consider that.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Judge.
And then with return of property, just whenever you want to set it on the docket, Mr. Bauer, and let Ms. Ferguson know it is for return of property. And if you're expecting witnesses or something, let us know.
Okay, will do. All right, thanks. And Ryan, I'll send you a copy of that.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank you. Everyone, just give me a moment. All right, Rebecca, who did you say was here for the compliance?
That was Ian Stewart with his officer. Ms. Sandlin.
All right, everyone, just give me a moment. I appreciate everyone's patience. My computer is moving a little bit slow today. All right, so the reason why we're here on this case, there have been some reports with some issues. Who is the probation officer who will be handling Ian Stewart, the DWI case?
That will be me, Your Honor.
All right, and who is me? I'm sorry.
Sorry, this is Officer Sarah Sandlin.
No, the officer, and who is the prosecutor? Is there a prosecutor available?
I'm here, Judge.
All right, Mr. Groomer, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1, if you could go there. And Ms. Reyes, if you could go to breakout room number 1 as well. And CEO Sandlin, if you could go to number 1. And Ms. Reyes, if you could tender the compliance issue to Mr. Groomer.
I sent that this morning, Judge.
All right, thank you. And then we'll be right back with that. And then we'll take up Matt Howard and everyone else who's on that case. Matt Howard, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Judge. I'm here.
All right, thank you. Just 1 second. I know there are a lot of people. Are you the only person who's here from that group?
I think the other ones are here too, but I mean, really, there's not a whole lot to say other than I think we're in a good place. We're ready to move forward.
Are we in a good place? What does that mean when we say we're in a good place?
Dave drafted an order, or a supplemental order just a moment ago. I put a signature to it, an agreement, and that should be heading your direction soon.
All right, let me see if I have that.
And Judge, I just forwarded that to Julie Patterson. She's going to put that into Adobe DocuSign. I sent it to her as a PDF with Matt and my signature on it. And hopefully that's going to get routed to you ASAP. It was essentially the same order, but we put in the details about where the testing was going to be done, when it had to be turned over, and what we're going to do is put a status conference on this for April 1st. Norma's already got us a date.
Okay. All right, then you all are excused. Thank you so much for coming in.
You bet, Judge. Have a
Thank you,
great
Judge.
weekend. We'll see you.
All right, you guys too.
See you, Matt.
Have a good one, Dave.
You too.
Miguel Hernandez.
Morning, Judge. No, I got the paperwork on the motion to revoke, and I gotta read it and go back to talk to my client about it, Your Honor.
All right. And Ms. Ferguson, did Mr. Valentin Leha make the cutoff?
He should have been on, Judge. Give me 1 second. Let me call the jail.
All right, and I'll let you
He's there.
speak to your, he is?
He's there, Judge. I've already talked to him.
Okay, I don't see him on my screen. Is he still in a breakout room?
He's in breakout room 11, Judge.
Let me see if I can get him back to the main session. What are you asking for?
Well, Judge, I have to talk to him about it. I just got the paperwork, and I wanted to discuss it with him based on what he told me.
All right, do you want to discuss that with him now and go back to the
Yeah,
breakout room?
if I could go back to breakout room 11, I appreciate it.
All right, I'm going to move him actually to number 10.
Okay.
And I'll
Judge.
send you to 10.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Orlando Castagnon.
Morning, Judge. I'm here on two people. One's Trey Duncan and the other is Roland Davis. They're both motions to modify bond.
All right, on Trey Duncan, have you conferred with the state?
I have, Judge.
And
And
who would you confer with?
I conferred with Ryan.
Why is your client's video not on?
I'm not certain, Judge. I haven't spoken with him this morning. Or at least I've not spoken with him since he's been on.
All right, Mr. Boomer is in a breakout room. As soon as he comes back, we'll take that up. And then you have Roland Davis.
Yes, Judge. And I've dealt with Marcus Sanders on that.
All right, and what is happening with Mr. Davis?
He's asking that GPS be removed.
Marcus Sanders, are you there?
Yes, Judge.
All right, have you had a chance to review with him the request for GPS removal?
Yes, Judge.
And are you in agreement?
No, Judge.
Okay. All right, is there a reason for removal?
Mr. Davis has indicated to me a couple of things. One is that he's been having a difficult time maintaining a stable home. I believe he's had to move, and he's indicated to me that he expects to be homeless soon. He's afraid that the GPS monitor is going to end up causing him to violate because he's not going to be able to have a place to charge it.
GPS travels to Haven for Hope, I believe.
Okay. And then additionally, he indicated to me that he's also pursuing, he's part of a, I believe it's an AANA group and has a sponsor, and he's pursuing doing that as well. And that he's not able to enter in to institutions for that type of service work. So
doing what as a sponsor? Because sponsors usually, they don't have a special location unless there is a meeting for all sponsors. Usually they just meet.
He indicated to me that they would meet, the meetings would be at hospitals, rehabs, and even Dominguez.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to remove GPS unless there's a good reason. I don't think the reason to remove GPS based upon what he charged with is he needs to go to.
And I understand, Judge, I don't know if Mr. Davis would care to speak on his behalf in regards to why he believes it should be removed.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, Your Honor. It's at first the GPS has been close calls on charging, going place to place. I've had it beep, but I've gotten to places right on time as far as
if there's an issue with the device and it's charging, then if you contact pretrial services and tell them that you believe you have an issue with it, they'll switch out the monitor.
Yes, Your Honor. And,
all right. So what's the other issue?
Was Dominguez won't allow me to carry the message of hope to still suffering addicts with the device on.
I'm sorry, you can't go to Dominguez then.
Okay.
You'll have to do something outside of it. You know, I'm, as people know, I'm big on treatment courts. I'm big on people getting help when they need help, but you will just need to do it other than at the facilities that don't allow GPS.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there any other issue?
No, that was the only one, was just to give back what was freely given to me and be of service to the community. And I was trying to go back
And
into my panel.
And Mr. Davis, I truly do appreciate that you're trying to better the community. So don't think that I am disregarding or not taking that into consideration that you're trying to give back. I am.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, but make sure that you talk to pretrial services if there's an issue with the GPS and you think it's not working properly, talk to them. And your attorney can tell you, when I receive violation reports, before I sign those, unless there's something happened, for example, unless there's a new offense that's alleged to have been committed, I will contact your attorney and have it set so we can see what's going on. So I don't automatically grant a violation report without hearing from all parties, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else?
No,
That's all, Judge.
All right, and when is his next court date?
We have a March 22nd trial date, Judge.
All right, thank you.
May he be excused?
Yes, he's excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Just 1 second, let me find this. Where is he on the list? There he is. All right, and just one moment on Mr. Docket, Mr. Castellon. Mr. Eisenberg.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My understanding, can you hear me, Judge?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay. There you, I lost you there for a second. My understanding from DA Mr. Garcia, that after evaluating our pending motion to revoke, that he is recommending the withdrawal of the motion and terminating the probation.
Okay. And is your client in custody or on bond?
He's on bond, Your Honor. In fact, he's on this Zoom somewhere. He's texted me while we've been on Zoom. And
how is he listed on the Zoom?
Estoy aquí. I'm here.
Did you just?
Hola.
Just 1 second.
Can you see him, Judge? I can.
If he can speak up again. There he is. All right, so State, you're withdrawing this motion?
Yes, Judge, we are. And that has been signed by me.
All right, let me see if I have it.
Scott McCrum, what's going on? Good morning,
Just
Judge.
1 moment, Scott McCrum.
What's going on for you too?
I am ready.
All right. All right, Mr. Farinas Perez, the motion has been withdrawn. You've completed your probation. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. We appreciate your consideration and look forward to having another opportunity to be in this court. And maybe I can find myself a Baylor tie to wear.
Okay, well, you know, I'm SEC, so I can't wish Baylor luck, but if they're not playing anyone in the SEC, I'll think of you, okay?
All right. Well, I do have one other daughter that is still considering going to Georgia or
LSU.
SEC school. Oh, LSU, really? Okay, I
Okay.
should steer her to LSU. Okay, I'll do that, Judge. All right. Thank
All
you,
right.
Judge. May we be excused?
Yes, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge. Take care.
All right, bye-bye. Thank you, Mr. Farinas.
Ya, finish.
Ya
Finished.
terminamos.
Adios.
Okay,
Te
gracias.
llamo.
Gracias.
Te llamo.
That's all I know. I'm working on it. All right, Marissa Morales on Foster.
Good morning, Your Honor. We're just waiting on some plea paperwork.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ryan Groomer on Ian Stewart.
Yes, Judge.
Did you have a chance to review that?
Say that again, Judge.
Did you have a chance to review the request that's being made?
I did, Judge.
And what are your thoughts? You know, I had some concerns as it relates to were there violations, were there not violations?
Judge, we did. I spoke to CSO Sandlin and Ms. Reyes that you know, I guess his complaints was that maybe that the violations were caused by the machine. Obviously, you know, we generally look at those with some skepticism. However, what they said that they would be willing to agree is to let him change the type of in-home machine that he has to a different agency that I guess does the machine. And that what we could do is perhaps put him on the UA hotline in addition to their recommendations, at least until he finishes his TAP in February.
Close, Jim.
Okay.
As well as if you could admonish him just as to the seriousness of his situation. Obviously, he's on a case that that alcohol is what got him on probation, and that you know you make sure he knows the seriousness of that situation. In addition to the other suggestions they had.
All right. So, Mr. Stewart, could you unmute?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. All
Okay.
right, probation. I have the supplemental report. I printed it out. What I do is I've scratched through the compliance hearing, put my initial by it. And if you want to send me a different one, you can. But I'm going to follow your recommendations and add the UA hotline. Mr. Stewart, here's the thing about drinking. As you know, I always tell people this speech. When you drink and drive, usually what ends up happening, and again, my statistics professor would not appreciate me doing this because I haven't done statistical analysis, but what I've discovered usually, and maybe it's because of the field that I'm in, when somebody's driving and they're intoxicated, they usually don't have any intention of going out, hitting another vehicle or hitting something. But what usually happens is they hit the mom who's just, you know, picking up her children or just going out to dinner, and they end up getting seriously injured, maybe paralyzed, maybe they're killed. And usually the person who's intoxicated, they walk away just fine, don't realize what happens. Next thing you know, they are in jail and crying, saying they hit someone. And Brenna, here's a pastor who preached to us. There was this young man, Mr. Stewart, and his mother would always get him out of trouble when he got in trouble. So he would get drunk, drive, mom would get him out. Then one time he got arrested for drinking and driving, and he's in the jail. And he's just crying, I want my mom to come down here. She'll take care of this. And you know what they told him? Did you not know the person you hit and killed was your mom? So you never know who it may be. So you can't drink and drive, and you can't be drinking at your home either. Because ultimately, if you're doing that while you're on probation, what's going to end up happening is you're going to end up getting caught and you're looking at 3 years in prison. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And I would like to say, if they check the current test results, I received a new device and it works perfectly fine. And every test has been a 0. So everything is good. And if you could just, you know, remove the GPS, because I had it on for 10 days, but I know you hadn't signed that yet because we had this hearing.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. Probation is going to meet you there, and probation is going to go over your conditions. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Groomer.
Yes, Judge.
Joanne Eckel, who do you have?
Judge, I have one, Balderas, and it's family violence.
All right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you, Judge.
And just so everyone can have an update on everyone's location, we have Kenneth Baker, number 3, waiting for family violence. Joanne Eckel just went to number 4 for family violence. And that is all. And Sean Henderson, Ms. Ferguson, any update on the attorney that we're waiting for?
Yes, ma'am. Sean got an email. He'll explain it to you, Judge.
Okay.
Yes, Judge. I sent an email to the pro tem letting him know that we had court this morning along with the Zoom link. I got a response from him saying, "Thank you for letting me know. I did not have notice and I apologize for not being there. I'll contact the court to make sure I'm present at the next setting." I talked with Ms. Ferguson and I think we've agreed to, set it for next Thursday.
Okay, what date, Ms. Ferguson?
On Thursday, the 3rd, Judge, which will be February 3rd.
All right, thank you so much for your patience. And I will tell you, my mom loves the portrait that you have behind you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, have a good one. Thank you so much.
Okay, you too. And make my client and I be excused.
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. James Oltersdorf. And then we're going to
Judge,
find out what's happening with yours, Mr.
Yes, ma'am, I had conferred. I have nothing new to tell Mr. Schultz, but Norma was going to check and see if he had made it from the jail to the camera. And in addition, I'd like to bring up I conferred with the state on a Dasha Grant case to set a bond on a state jail felony. And the state and I have agreed that would be Brittany Sparks. And I wanted to just, as a side note, when you get through doing whatever happens today, this is not on the docket. If you could look into that, there should be, I think.
That's been signed, Mr. Oltersdorf.
Oh, good. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
So I don't know about Mr. Schultz, though. That's the only thing remaining to.
All right.
Judge, I sent you a chat on that.
Yes. Okay, Mr. Schultz, we're having a slight issue with that, so we're going to have to recall that.
Okay, I've got another Zoom to go to. May I be excused?
Well, just 1 second. Slow down. Let's give you a date so you'll know when to come back.
Okay.
You can come back on Monday, Judge, the 31st.
All right, so we'll be back on the 31st at 10 a.m., okay?
Okay, 31st. Yeah, Mr. Schultz was a little feisty the last time.
Okay.
So 10:30?
Yes.
Thank
No,
you.
at 10.
Oh, 10. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, you're excused. All right, so Trey Duncan, why are we here on Mr. Duncan?
Yes, Judge, I'm here to ask that the court modify his bond to allow him to work. He's
all right. And who is the prosecutor?
Ryan Groomer, who was here moments ago.
I'm here, Judge.
All right. Is there an objection?
There is, Judge. We would oppose it, Judge. Mr. Duncan is on for a very serious case. In addition, Judge, in reviewing, it appears he's had 3 pretrial violations while on GPS. I believe 2 of them were for leaving the GPS zone that he is permitted to go, as well as the 3rd one for tampering. This was all through last year. It would be the state's position that we leave him on full house arrest.
All right, Mr. Castellon, the court is aware and remembers all of the prior violations that Mr. Duncan has had in the past, the violation reports, and I believe I gave him 5 chances. And he continued to violate.
And that was all before I was placed on this case. I'm not completely familiar with those violations. I believe since that time, he's been in compliance. And
because he's on full house arrest.
And so he's been
the violations were, and I think when I put him on full house arrest at one time, he violated as well. So I'm not inclined to grant the motion if you want, because I want everyone to have the information that the state has and that I have. What we can do is we can recall this for the 31st. We can go on the record with it, and we'll get you a copy of all the violation reports.
Okay, Judge.
And then you may decide you may not want to file this now. So, Ms. Ferguson, On Trey Duncan, are we able to recall that for the 31st?
Yes, ma'am.
And to the clerks, if you could pull the violation reports for Mr. Castagnon or state if you have those violation reports.
Judge, I wasn't able to find them in file 360, so I don't think I have them, Judge.
Okay, to the clerks, could you make sure that the state, Ryan Groomer and Orlando Castagnon receive all of the violation reports on Mr. Duncan, please?
Yes, Judge, I'll look for them and I'll pull them.
All right, thank you.
Thank
And Mr. Castagnon, if you could put your email address in the chat box to clerk who's listed as Robert Luna.
Will do.
All right, Mr. Duncan, you are excused. Derek Edmonds and Ariely Bustamante, I need you to show your video if you want. to be
Judge?
heard. Yes,
Judge? Okay.
I need your video.
Okay, let me turn it on. I had surgery a couple days ago, so I look like went through a 12-round fight.
But did you win? You look like you won, so that's
Well,
good.
hopefully. So I am Nathaniel Butt, Judge, and
Yes.
The state is going to be tendering a dismissal on that this morning. You might already be in your box.
All right, let me see if I have it.
Judge, you actually are not going to have it yet. This is coming from Meredith, and she said she'll be at her computer around 11 today.
All right, so what we'll do is I'm going to recall this for the afternoon, Mr. Edmonds. You don't have to be here, but I have to put it in the afternoon, so we'll make sure that I receive that.
Okay. Do you need Mr. Book to appear as well, Judge?
No. What we'll do, if for some reason I don't receive the dismissal, I will let Ms. Ferguson know so we can put it on the docket again, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you, Judge.
All right, that deer behind you, it appears that they were not so lucky with their surgery.
No, they were not.
Is that Bambi's mom?
I'm sorry, Judge?
Is that Bambi's mom?
That was not a band.
Or dad?
No, it was not.
Okay, all right, then you are all excused.
Thank you, Judge. Take care.
You're welcome, bye-bye. Brenda, I think that's Bambi's mom. All right, Ariely Bustamante, I need you to raise your hand. Show your video.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, who are you here for?
Fabian Rocha.
What is happening with this case?
It's a motion to modify bond conditions from full house arrest to GPS tracking only.
No, well, let's start with this before I even consider this. I want to know why he did not show up where he was supposed to show up when I requested it.
Maybe a bit more specific.
He was supposed to do a UA and he did not go and do his UA on the day
yes,
that I
Your
told
Honor.
him to do his UA. So why did that not happen?
Yes, Your Honor. There is a note in his file at the RMS. He did go ahead and sign in. He went to the actual RMS on Commerce. They denied him entry. They said that his negative COVID was too, it was on Friday. They said that it was too late, like it wasn't recent enough. But they did put a note in his file. They didn't let him in for his UA.
I don't have a note in the file that he wasn't let in for his UA. And I don't
Okay.
have a note in his file that he had a UA that he went on the day that I ordered him to go do a UA.
Right, but he did, so he did sign in. He went to the
Well,
actual.
here's what I want to know. Did he do a UA?
No, not on
the
that
day
date.
that I did it. Yes.
He was not allowed inside the building.
And is a warrant out for his arrest even as we speak now?
No, Your Honor.
All right, to the clerks. Can you find out if Mr. Fabian Rocha has a warrant? Can someone look for that? Thank you. Just 1 second. And it says here that he's to be present in court and he's not. Unless we have that tannish caramel cold couch in in the courtroom, which I haven't seen one of those in a courtroom. So first thing first, he's supposed to be in this courtroom. I'm not going to hear any motions when someone should be in court and not on Zoom.
Okay.
So if you want your motion heard, you need to be in court because it says on the docket that the defendant is to be present in court. Just give me one moment. All right, it shows on my docketing sheet that he's to be in court. So I'm not going to hear this motion until he presents himself in court. So,
Yes,
Ms. Ferguson, can we recall this for Mr. Rocha to be in court? And if we could recall it on the 31st, is that possible?
Yes, ma'am.
And documentation needs to be presented on where he was when I ordered that he was to do that UA.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that UA was to be provided according to my docketing sheet on November 15th by 2 p.m. So if that sheet of paper that he has or he presented isn't that date, we're going to have an issue. And you probably want to have the person who was at that facility who told him that to have them here as well.
Okay. And then did the clerk say that there was a warrant? Because he was a.
There is a warrant because they have not received any paperwork yet from the out of county. So they should probably have that today. They should have the bond paperwork that was done from the out of county, which he was arrested out of county and he wasn't supposed to be out of county. You were not allowed to leave the county, Mr. Rocha, and you did, as evidenced by the fact that you were arrested out of the Bexar County. I'm not saying the arrest in Bexar County is a good arrest. I'm not saying that the charges there are factual because I don't have any information on that, but he was not supposed to be out of Bexar County and he was arrested out of Bexar County. And it wasn't as I'm in Comal County or some small county. He was truly out of Bexar County. So I'll see you all tomorrow. On January 31st at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, Ed Shaughnessy.
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry, I was in the 227th.
Okay, no problem. Who do you have?
It's an MTR. I'm a Christina Montez.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Let me double check. Criminal trial. It's a drug case, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2. And for family violence, we have Kenneth Baker in number 3 on Sharona Williams, who is waiting for someone. And just so everyone know, the court is recessing at 11. So anyone who's not done, you'll come back at 2. Miss Sutter, probation. What is happening with Miss Sutter? I know Joe Ray Garcia or somebody said that they were checking on her attorney that she has out of county.
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
I left a message requesting that she call back. I haven't heard anything.
All right, so this is what we're going to do, Miss Sutter, because that case is out of county. And felony drug court cannot accept you until your record is clear. And I believe they have a hold on her for that county. Is that correct?
Yes,
Question mark.
yes, they do, Your Honor. They
Yes.
have
All
a hold
right.
on me for Kendall County and DeWitt County as well. They tried to bench warrant me to DeWitt County last week, but Bear County wouldn't let me go.
Yes, that is true. We would not, because I want to make sure that you come back. Just 1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Rebecca, this is what we're going to do on her case. We're going to alternate amend conditions. And we're going to do a upon release from custody. We're going to do a re-referral to felony drug court. And we'll do the UA hotline and intensive outpatient treatment until accepted in felony drug court. And so we'll lift the hold. So what's going to happen when we lift the hold, Ms. Sutter, is that you're going to be transferred to the other counties where you have cases.
Yes, ma'am.
I tried my best to get all of those cases taken care of. The only other issues that we would have is we could continue to try to contact your attorney in the other counties. If you want to, because I see that you're crying, if you want to, we can give it one more shot, or either you can go take care of those cases.
No, I'd rather go take care of those cases, Your Honor, and I appreciate that you tried to get it taken care of here in Bear County. I do appreciate that, but I think it would be best if I was transferred and get them taken care of and come back and go into drug court.
Okay, all right. And so remember, make sure you stay in contact with the probation officer here.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't take care of those cases and then you're in the wind, because that just compounds things, okay?
I wouldn't do that, Your Honor.
Oh, I know you wouldn't. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Good luck to you, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good day, good
You
weekend.
too. Oh, you too. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1 so probation can go over your conditions, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Judge, Sharona Williams should be CTD, not family violence.
All right. And who is the prosecutor? That's Eric Baker.
Yes, I believe so, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Kenneth Baker, where are you? Maybe someone dropped in. Oh, we shall see. Isaac Hernandez, you have your hand up.
Yes, ma'am. I was just I haven't talked to nobody yet, like an attorney or anything.
Do you want to call your attorney?
No, like I don't know why. Like I was brought to this meeting. I haven't talked to nobody about it.
What is your cause number?
Excuse me.
What is your cause number?
I do not know, ma'am.
What is your SID number?
It's 105-4442.
105-4442.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you look that up and see if this is one of the persons who was not supposed to be here, but their attorney requested them for the wrong court? Ms. Ferguson, I'm putting something in the chat box to you. And do we know, has Ryan Simmons been given his transcripts, or those transcripts have been delivered?
Yes, Judge, that's been taken care of.
All right, thank you. And Ms. Ferguson, you may want to check with Judge Angelini and see when those cases are going to be set for jury trial.
We're still waiting on his CompuVal, Judge, the psych
Oh,
eval.
all right, thank you. And let me give this to you. Just one more. There you go. All right, and could I have the officer come back, please? Yes, just give me a moment. All right, anyone else ready? All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I see you in a breakout room, please?
Yes, ma'am.
If you could meet me in breakout room number 3. All right, Miguel Hernandez. Megan Enriquez, if you can show your video, please.
Yes, Judge, I'm here and I have an update. I conferred with Michelle Hayden on Manuel Martinez, and I've also spoken to the client. Michelle has made a new offer today. So we would just like one more setting for him to talk to his family, and I think that we can hopefully resolve this case. We're working toward a resolution.
All right, and is your client in custody or on bond?
He's in custody, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. Manuel Martinez, can we call this back next week, please? Later in the week, if we could recall it for Friday, is that possible? All right, we're gonna come back on February 4th.
Okay, Judge, thank you.
All right, thank you. You and your client are excused.
Thank you. Have a good
Norma, you
weekend.
can let them know Mr. Martinez, 16F can go back. All right, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes, Judge. On Mr. Leja, I've spoken to him. I've given him the offers the state gave. My understanding he had another attorney
Yes.
involved. He has requested, and just because I got into it yesterday, if he could have 2 weeks to speak to his mother. He's got a mother and a brother that he assists in caring for, to explain the situation and I guess get it some counsel. But he thinks 2 weeks because apparently they've got him kind of locked down on the COVID situation at the jail. And then I could go see him also. So that's what we would ask.
Ms. Ferguson, can we give a 2-week reset? So we can either do February 11th or February 14th. I don't want to ruin anyone's Valentine's Day, but which date?
Oh, the 14th's okay for me, Judge.
Okay, don't tell anybody that I'm the reason you couldn't
No.
celebrate.
No, Judge. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Mr. Leja, we're going to come back on February 14th, okay?
My birthday.
Oh, your birthday. Oh, well,
Yes.
happy birth month.
Okay.
Ms. Ferguson, if we can let them know Leja number 17C can go back, please.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you for coming in.
Oh, my pleasure.
All right,
Have a
bye-bye.
good day, Judge. Good weekend.
All right,
Maybe-
you too. Yes. All right, then Norma, everyone, we're gonna take our morning break and we will be back at 2 p.m.